So yes, what's up with this? What's this sport about?
So one of the main ways I really like to express myself is really through writing. So this will basically be in collaboration with my project for my exhibition. And so it really is just like me expressing myself and kind of just letting loose and saying whatever it is I feel like I have to say or I need to say. Because a lot of times it's hard for me to open up, especially to like my friends and stuff like that. And even with Hassan, sometimes it's hard for me to just kind of be open and be myself. So these writings are just like me just letting it all go, like expressing like my frustration with like my job and like having to work 9 to 5. Just like the harder pieces that I did. So, and even like the harder pieces you see, I literally just stuck that in the oven and that's how it came out. So like
the form, it looks like coral.
Yeah, it was just very organic and I really liked the way, I love the way it came out and like the gloss and the shine, and people were like, well, how did you do that? Did you paint it? I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, I just pulled it out the oven.
Baked.
Yeah, oven baked fashion. Yes. And so, again, I got down to a point where I was just like, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't want to do any basic stuff. I was like, all right, so I'm just gonna put some stuff together. So I was literally just taking like these nude bases, putting them on the dress form and just like putting this stuff on there and like draping and figuring it out and just piecing it together and making it work. And so in the end, I came out and I was happy. So yes. I know. Awkward.
What's going on, girl?
You know, nothing.
You're giving me very 90s.
Very 90s poetic justice. Exactly.
What's up with the new look?
So really, it's not really a new look. So I'm kind of revamping like my Instagram and like my social media. So what I'm doing right now is creating like these alter egos of myself.
Oh.
And so this is one of my alter egos. This is
Sasha Fierce?
Hence the braid.
Okay.
But so basically what I'm doing is kind of creating, because I have like a bunch of different ways I like to dress. Like sometimes I can dress it up, sometimes I can dress it down, sometimes I'm really girly, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm like, I really like to be just in like sweatpants and a t-shirt. But what I'm really trying to do is to be able to encompass like all of those people into like, I want to put all of them on like this one channel and not be so like, okay, I can't put this on because I don't think people would see me in this. So this alter ego of myself, she's really...
What's her name?
So her name is Isha, so it's pretty ghetto, but you know.
Where's your lollipop? Where's your blow pop?
Exactly. Oh, you'll see it in the pictures. Yeah. But she's like this. She's very into like streetwear, but she's also very intelligent too.
She went to college.
She went to college. Yeah, she did.
At HBCU.
Exactly. But she can dress it up. She can dress it down a little bit. But really, she just likes to be herself, and she's big into kind of like oversized pieces and just making it work with what she can find in her closet. So, but then I have these other characters that are kind of like.
Which are?
I can't tell you those names yet, but they're coming. They're coming. They're coming.
When should we see this? This is all for Instagram.
This is all for all my social media channels. Okay. So this one, you'll see her this week. So I'm going to take those photos today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what me and Hassan are doing when we're done with this.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see this other alter ego. Okay, so what's been going on since life after graduation?
So
fashion designer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Life after graduation has been a lot different. At SCAD, I was so tied down. I was like, I only had like a certain amount of time to get like certain things done. And that was the one thing that I really hated the most. I was like, I only have 10 weeks to finish this project that I'm really invested in, that I really want to spend more time just like figuring it out and like working through the process. And so what I'm doing now is actually preparing for an exhibition I'm having in the winter. And it's called Somewhere Between 93 and Now. And so
between 93 and now.
Somewhere Between 93 and Now. And it's really like yeah, it was. Gosh, Jasmine. So, anyways, Jasmine.
I like that though.
You still look 25 at 35, so just remember that. But really, it's just an exploration project of kind of how I got to like this point from like being born up into like now. Like just figuring things out about myself, like things I love about myself, things I hate, like just I'm just really trying to figure out who I am as a person and who I am as a designer. So with that's why you see all the writings on the wall.
Yeah, what's this about?
So really this is kind of how I think through a lot of things, and I literally just will sit down and write. And so those, and I've been using like this loose leaf paper because I don't want to be tied to these writings forever. It's something I feel like this.
You're getting deep in your old age.
I am. So it's like, it's cheap. It's not even anything you can go pick up a pack of paper for like $1 or even 50 cents. And that's the thing I love about it, is being able to not be tied down to these things and be able to just let go. And so that's really what the writings on the wall represent. It's like me just letting go. And I have a lot more writings, but this is just kind of what I have out. And a lot of it is about my relationship with God. And then it's also really inspired by like Eskimos and like how these people are like the nomadic people, and like how they like travel the world, but they don't really have like an endpoint either, but they know that they're going to be secure, you know? And I feel like that's me too. Like I'm just going through life and I'm like, you know, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years, but I know God is going to like provide for me and I'm going to be okay. So I love it. And so this is just kind of some of the sketches I've been working on. So I've just been playing around. I really love shapes and trying to piece things together.
When are you going to make me something?
I got you.
I told you.
I told you I got you. I got you. It's all. It's all in the plan. It is all in the plan. Okay, so again, I'm not really, as you can see from my other work that's hanging up, I'm not really a designer that's like, I like ready-to-wear pieces. I think that's why I'm doing this for my social media, because I really want to reflect that. But also in the background, this is what I really love to do. I just like piecing things together and like making them work. And so one of my biggest designers in terms of inspiration is Iris Van Herpen, Alexander McQueen, because I like the way they kind of just take like these odd things and like these odd shapes, and they just put it together and it works. And like playing around with materials is one of my favorite things. So one of the materials I'm really excited about playing around with this collection is probably going to be latex. So so we'll see how that one goes.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, this is for my project.
I cannot wait for this exhibition. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
So you brought up your senior collection. Talk to me about it. What inspired you? So really, I had no inspiration, y'all. I'm telling you. Okay, so this is what happened. So my senior collection was it was a process that I just did not enjoy, because I feel like there were so many people like telling me, do this, and I was so confused. I was like, I just don't know what to do. And I really did not enjoy that process at all. I didn't even know that. You didn't even tell me that.
No, I mean, I should have told y'all, but it just was not a good process for me. I just didn't like the idea of like people just like coming down so hard on you and like making it to the point where you don't even want to get up. Like you don't even enjoy it anymore. But I think I really found myself as a designer like during Senior Collection 3. It was just like my mentor, Brandon Sun, who was like our style lab mentor. He was just like, I feel like you're just holding on to so much, you just need to let it go. And he was like, you need to just put it out and just just let it go. And so that's what I did. Like, I was just like, all right. I was like, I don't have time for it anymore. I was like, this is the last quarter. I was like, I have to do something. I have to finish this. So I was like, I'm just going to let myself go. And so I started out with like these, as you can see, like the stretch nude bases. So I started out with those, and I was literally just picking pieces up and just putting them on there. But I guess one of the main things of inspiration was heat.
Oh, yeah.
So I was taking like this fabric and using a heat gun to like basically melt this fabric. And then also I was taking like fabric that you would see in like lining, and I was sticking it in the oven. So yeah, that was an interesting process. I'm surprised I didn't die, but I made it through.
You didn't burn your house down.
Yeah, I didn't burn my house down, but so yeah, I think that process showed me what I really like doing as a designer. And just piecing things together, it made me happy. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I can create what I wanted to create without having like all these different barriers and all these boundaries. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, I love it. And so, backing it all the way up, why fashion design? Like, why did you come to SCAD and decide to, why did you come, let's start with that. Why did you decide to come to SCAD?
First of all,
glad that you did.
I know, me too. Well, the first reason I came to SCAD, really, I always knew I loved fashion, but the main reason why I came to SCAD was because it was close enough to home. I'm from Mississippi, so it was exactly. I was like, okay, I need to be in the city, but my parents didn't want me. It wasn't my parents, it was my dad, because I'm a daddy's girl. And he was like, I don't want you to be too far, but I don't want you to be, you don't have to be super close either. So.
Sorry, don't laugh. Oh, God, sorry. Her dad's fine, y'all. Anyway, go ahead.
But it was one of those things where it was like, okay, I want to be able to, because I was like thinking about going to Miami and New York, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that is entirely too far. And I knew I would like be homesick, even though I really was ready to get away. I was like, I don't know if I can actually move that far. I don't know if I can commit to it. But then I was just literally, I knew nothing about SCAD until my junior year of high school, and I researched it, and I was like, fashion design schools in Atlanta, and SCAD came up. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting, and then I fell in love with it, and I was like, it was the only school I applied to, and I got in, and met all these.
Is the only school you applied to?
It was the only school I applied to. I put all my coins in one bucket.
Didn't your mama teach you to put all your eggs in one basket?
She was like, if this is where you really want to go. And my uncle was like, if it's meant for you, you'll get there. And I was like, okay. And then I made it. But I think at an early age, I just always was interested. I was always interested in like arts. And so I would literally like pick up crayons and just color on anything. Like I colored on our TV one time, and that was, that wasn't the best idea, but but I was always interested in these things. And then when I started like just drawing like these paper dolls, I was like, I really
started drawing paper dolls?
Yeah, I was just drawing like dolls and just dressing them up, and I was like, okay, like this is cool. And I just kept going with it, and I kept going. And my mom was like, when it got down to high school, she was like, well, what do you want to do? And my parents were never the type that were like, you have to go. My mom's in the military, so she never forced me to join the military or to do all these other different things, be a doctor, a nurse, or anything. She was like, I want you to do what you want to do and do what makes you happy. And I was like, okay, well, I want to go to school for fashion. And she was like, okay, well, let's get it done. And I feel like it just grew. It just was something I grew up with, and I just wanted to keep pursuing it. And yeah, I didn't stop.
So were you around the arts a lot? Like,
and that's the funny thing, I was not around the arts at all. Like we did not really have like a strong art program at my school or anything. But I think some of it kind of stems from my dad too, because my dad does like upholstery. Yeah, I know.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
What does he do?
So my dad does upholstery.
Upholstery.
Yeah. So like my dad can like basically take all he can redo couches, redo like the inside of your entire car, like the interior, everything. So I think some of the, exactly. So I think some of that stemmed from him because he sewed a lot, and then I came in and I was like, well, can you teach me? And he showed me a couple of things, and I think it just kind of went from there, So yeah. I know. He's cute and he's talented.
Yeah. Just saying.
Exactly.
Let me stop before she gets me up. She's nice. So you're here in Atlanta. You still loving Atlanta?
Yeah, still living in Atlanta. I think the thing I like about it is the reason why I came was because it was I could be in the city, but there's also, you can drive like 30 minutes out and you can be kind of like in this suburban area or like this rural area. And that's the thing I really loved about the city. And I think that probably is what scared me away from going to New York first thing, because I was like, this is just nothing but city. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I would be so overwhelmed. Yeah. But I love Atlanta right now because it's just growing so rapidly, so fast. And like the art scene here is really taking off, and all the cool things that are going on in the city, and I really just want to be a part of that, even for just a little while longer. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 6 months. I'm still weighing my options, but if I decide to stay, I definitely want to continue to just keep like like help the art scene keep thriving, because I think it's something that the city needs.
It is.
And especially with fashion, it's like
it definitely needs more of that.
Yeah, somebody like even posed the question like, why doesn't Atlanta have like an Atlanta Fashion Week? Like nobody.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It's weird, because like. Yeah, like you think about like Charleston, South Carolina, like they have.
Charleston can have a freaking fashion week. Atlanta
exactly, and like
a fashion week.
Charleston is giving away designers like $10,000, and it's like Lex is just
start this.
Yeah, like Lex. I actually talked to one of the girls. She is like, she was on the founding board of like Charleston Fashion Week, and she's here in Atlanta now, and she's trying to get something started. But it's like, I think the thing about the city of Atlanta is like a lot of people don't want to humble themselves and like get together and work in a team, and that's the problem. So it's like, I think in Charleston, it was just like, okay, we have nothing to lose. Like this is something that'll be good for, like this is something that we can all do together, and it's good for the city. And I know a fashion week for Atlanta would be good. I don't understand why we don't have one, because we're like the largest city over here in the Southeast. So we might as well, we have nothing to lose, but everything to gain, So it's definitely something that I'm really interested in. I definitely want to see it. Like, see where it goes, because we need it. Like, there is no, like you said, there's no reason why Atlanta does not have like a fashion week. Just think about like all the corporations here, and all the people that live in the city, and like the sponsorships that are easily available just because you are in Atlanta. So
look into that.
Okay, I'm gonna check into it.
Get that started for us, please.
Yeah, we need it. We need it.
So you have your new Instagram.
Yep, my new alter egos.
You have your exhibition this year. Anything else you're working on?
So I am starting my YouTube channel.
Oh,
yes. So
can I be on it?
Of course, of course.
I don't even know what it's about, but I want to be on it.
So it's just under my name, Patresea Peppers, but really it's not. I was just telling my friend last night, I don't want to put myself in a box. Like I'm not trying to be like a beauty YouTuber. I ain't got time for that. I'm not really, like I love hair, I love makeup. I am going to do it, but the thing I want to do is to kind of do everything in like I want it to be more about me. You know how I am. Like I like to joke around. I like to have fun. I like just doing like fun stuff. Exactly. So I think that's really what it is. So it's mainly lifestyle, art, fashion, and then beauty. So I'm putting beauty last because that's something that I don't want to put. I don't want to focus too much time on it, but I want to incorporate that. Like I want to do a natural hair tutorial, but I want it to be like, I want it to be really fun though. I want it to be like fun and lighthearted, and not be like, okay, you gotta do this. No, I want it to be like, girl, I don't know. I'm just putting the stuff on my hair and I'm making it work.
How it's gonna look. I don't care.
Exactly. I don't really care. I just need to do my hair right quick.
Yes, you need a YouTube channel. Yes. All this personality.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and I just want to be myself, and I think too. Also, I really am using like the lifestyle section of my YouTube channel to kind of open up and again like break down those walls of like vulnerability and just be open about certain things in my life and like things I'm struggling with, especially with like being 22, being like a creative and like figuring that out, and just kind of like opening people up to that. It has been hard. It has been, and not necessarily with like, finding a job has definitely been hard, but then also too, like being a creative and like trying to explain certain things to my parents and like the way processes work, and my mom is like,
they don't understand.
Yeah, they don't understand, and my mom's like, well, I haven't seen anything, and I'm like, but it takes time, and and I always tell her, I never want to rush my process. Like I never want to rush it, even if it takes me a year to get an entire collection done. I want to be able to enjoy the process because I was so rushed. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so I feel, especially now, I feel like society just moves so fast. It's like, we can access things so easily. You can click on Google and find something in 0.2 seconds, But I just want to be able to slow down and kind of just like you said, enjoy the journey and enjoy where God has taken me and just take it all in. And I wanted to encompass into something, that I'm actually pleased with, and that I can say I learned something from this process, So
you start growing up.
I know, look at me.
When I first met you, or seeing you in the hub, running around, I'm like, who is this crazy little girl?
I was crazy. I agree.
And then
I agree.
saw you at the mall.
Well,
Hasani. I'm like, okay, now I really need to know who this girl is. Because she's here with Hasani. And I smoke
So we just talked about this. My friends were like, Peppers, I remember freshman year, you were like the loudest person at SCAD. And I was like, I agree. I really was. I was like the loudest person. You know it. Was she the loudest person? Yes, I was the loudest person at SCAD.
I saw her at the mall. I'm like, when I got back to school work, and I was like, honey,
what's that?
What's about this? Then I had to get to know you a little more, because now I'm really interested to see what's going on.
But I think that stemmed from. So when I was growing up, I really wanted to be involved in so many things, and I was in high school, and I always felt like, man, like. Nobody ever picked me to do things. Like, my grades were good, everything was good, and I was like, I just don't understand why I'm not picked to be like a student ambassador or do all these other things. So I came to SCAD and I was like, all right, I'm going to do everything, literally everything I can do, because I was like, I just want to be involved, and I want to be able to, like, I just really wanted to be involved. So I came in like the first week, and I was like, okay, I want to join this. I want to join this.
I want to do everything.
This, and like I really did. I did a lot at SCAD, and I think I'm not mad about it. Some of it I'm like, dang, I probably shouldn't have done all this, but I'm really not, because it actually helped me to be able to talk to people that I probably wouldn't have talked to on a regular basis, So
you sitting at that front desk?
Yes.
Hey girl, bye girl. I'm like, do you know that person? I don't know their names, but bye girl, hey girl. I'm like, who are you? The president? No, everybody that walked by.
Yes, but I loved it too, because it was like, that's something I just always wanted to have like this huge network of people that I just knew, and I was like, I just want to do this. But yeah, I was always at the desk like, hey girl, bye girl. So
bye girl, hey girl. I'm like, this girl.
Yeah, but
you achieved whatever you tried to set out to do.
Yeah, and I think I think I came here with like intentions of like just wanting to be the loudest person and wanting to be noticed, but then
you did. Now it's with a purpose.
But yeah, now it's with a purpose. It's like I feel like once I achieved that, I was like, okay, now I have like these great group of friends, like lifetime friends that I will always keep around. Like I consider them like family now. Like Hasai and Rod. AJ, Keenan, like all these people, like I just see them as my family now. And I think that was one of the biggest things that I can always say I took away from SCAD, is that I gained like a second family, Even with y'all, like I gained 3 more moms and 5 more aunties. So, and I'm not mad about it. I think y'all helped me grow up and taught me a lot of life lessons. And, being at the desk was, Tamara definitely whipped me into shape. So
she did.
Yes.
I'm glad that she. I'll make sure to let her know.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that we had the opportunity, because this was great. Watching you grow up, girl.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
I know. I'm like a different person now. Oh.